Welcome to Velvet Lips Hangout on Air. We're joined by Dr. Danielle Harrell of Celeste Danielle. Unfortunately, Celeste had to get on a plane. So, but Danielle is here joining us, and so I'm really excited. Again, thank you for coming.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm so excited. I hope this hangout's going to work the whole time.
Yes.
Thanks for having me. I'm really excited.
Excellent. Yeah, it looks like my internet is acting a little funny too. Maybe it's a Bay Area thing. I don't know right now.
Yes.
I did get a few questions, but I did want the audience to, for those who weren't able to make to listen to the show, I wanted to give them the notes from last time, or from earlier. So we talked about 15 things that men can do to be better lovers, and the first one was, take an accepting, curious approach to your own desires, and think of all of your desires as beautiful. And number two, we said, get clear on your desires. Take time to find out and explore what you really want out of sex. The more honest you are about what you want and follow your desires, the better your sex life will be, and the more your lover will feel desired. For the third, we said, explore your internal emotional world. Pay attention to what you're feeling at any given time. Four was just be vulnerable. Share your feeling of desire, passion, love, fear, uncertainty, confusion, so that you can feel the full intensity of really, what you bring with someone. Mm-hmm. Five is identify and share your boundaries. Can only be, generous of your respect of your own limits. So really think about your boundaries and share them, with your lovers. And when you are with someone, get present and do, really do breath work. Breath work is really important, and I know both of us stress that, so just really be present when you're with someone. 7 is sensuality, using all of your senses to explore your own and your partner's body. 8 is savoring, so see what you can enjoy in each step of the journey instead of just trying to get to the end game. 9 is learn your lover's hottest sexual movie, which you all pointed us out to, and share your own. 10 is connect with your partner's emotions and body from a place of empathy and feel them and let them feel without trying to fix things. Mm-hmm. 11 is clarify your relationship to porn, and we do have a question about that, so we will definitely get to that.
Of course. Yeah. Porn is a hot topic. Yeah.
12, initiate new experiences, knowing some will be enjoyed and others won't, and that it's not a full, rejection of you. It's just a rejection of that experience. 13, don't give up the things that make you passionate in every area of your life. Continue to, feel your passions and, and feel flirty with the world. 14 is accept disappointment, your own and your partner's, and it is a part of all, sexual and relational experiences. Like it's okay, failure happens all the time, or, disappointment happens, just accept it. And 15, never stop growing. What keeps sex hot over time is a willingness to how and change as you, willingness to show, and change as you and your partners grow and change. This keeps the mystery and excitement about life, love, and sex, all alive. So those were the 15 things that we went over earlier. So with that said, we do have a few questions. The first question is, what's the best advice can you give to men who are dating?
Wow, that's such a big question.
Yeah.
Advice? Yeah, my best advice for I think it's for men who are dating, but I think it's actually a general advice for people wherever they are is be yourself. No matter this whole idea of, if you, and when I mean yourself, I don't mean you're, groggy, like unhappy,
Mm-hmm.
negative self. I mean, like, bring a positive attitude. Don't try to pretend to be someone else. Eventually, people will find out, so it's better to start with who you are and bring your best positive attitude to the experience because I look at dating as first I want to say dating is hard. Okay, I want to say
Yeah.
it because it's like it's like a meat market. People go around to try things. I want this. They always think there's someone better for them, someone out there. So people kind of stop relaxing into those experiences and saying like, "Hey, I'm just gonna enjoy whoever is in front of me." And people just immediately think, oh, can I live with them for the next whatever, or and it's kind of it's a shame. It's a missed opportunity to just relax and enjoy meeting someone new. So relaxing and enjoying the experience, getting in your body, start to feel who the other person is through your senses and your body, and that's my best advice.
Yes, yes, yes. I think just really being able to be yourself, you
Hmm.
know, all the time and not trying to go above and beyond and because people then expect that all the time. So
Hmm.
you're, be the person that you are going to be all the time, not just sometimes.
Yeah.
Um, so another the question that we had about porn and porn of course is such a hot topic and like I said earlier it was just it changes your brain. There's new studies talking about how it changes your brain, how men when they view porn it's like they almost become addicted, and then it actually changes the function of their brain where they get dependent on it so much that it becomes a real big problem. And so the question here is, how can I break off my relationship with porn? So I'm guessing they heard everything we said, like, don't rely on it too much.
Hmm.
But how can they really break off their relationship with porn? Just go cold turkey, or what do I do?
I think it's very individual, like diets. Like some people need the cold turkey and say, okay, I'm never going to watch it ever again. And which, I don't know, for me, if you put me on some cold turkey experience, I'll probably going to start, it will make me want it even more, right?
Mm,
So that depends, how people's brains work. If for some people they have to go cold turkey, that's the way of doing things. But I also want to offer a more gentle approach, which would be how about instead of masturbating just to porn, you try and kind of, look at porn and then get yourself a little turned on, then turn around, turn it off, pause, and see how it feels like to get into your body and feel how it feels to just feel sensation. So take longer and longer breaks from porn and doing more and more times with your body feeling sensations. And if you feel, because it's not a pathway that many men developed, especially now that porn is everywhere and people on their computers all the time. So
mm-hmm.
they might need to take, they might lose arousal when they're going to turn away from porn and say, oh, I'm going to just focus on my body. So, like try, breathe, relax, feel sensation. Then if you feel like you have to have another sneak peek, go and do that. And then turn again, and get more in touch with your body and feel your body. So that would be my kind of like medium way of breaking out of porn. But people need to remember that the the path of sensation is very different than the porn visual, like brain path of arousal, because the brain path kind of skips the body and it
Mm,
goes brain cock. There's
mm-hmm.
a fast detour there, and and to train to feel sensations through the body just takes much longer, and people need to have patience to do it.
Yes, totally agree. Cold turkey, like you said, it is individualized,
Mm-hmm.
so people need to really figure that out. But I definitely feel you on the take long breaks from it. You know, because sometimes I think you can discover new things by viewing porn or seeing what you like, but you know, using it, you know, all the time to arouse you, and like you said, skipping your whole body and sensual experience is sort of detrimental to your sexual health.
Yeah. And I like what you said, Marla, about you know, that's a good way to learn, you know, like get new ideas. So it's a great way for couples, for example, to look together and say, hey, you know, like technique in porn is not great, but there's some good ideas that can work on role play, and maybe if people are interested in more like, you know, power exchange, they can get some ideas of how they want to play it out through porn. So porn is not all bad. It is true. I like the research that you cited, that it does kind of, you know, make you feel like you're in it, and it shortcuts the brain circuits around, you know, around like being able to just relax into your body. It's all in the brain. Porn is just in the brain.
Right, right. So I'm inviting anybody who has questions to please, you know, submit your questions if you have them, and we will answer them, of course, live on air. So I'm moving on to the next question. I feel kind of bad about saying it, but, you know, it's the question. But so the question is, my wife is a prude. How do I get her to experiment with me?
It's a good question. We get a lot of it in our offices. You can just imagine, right? Because somehow in our culture, all women become prudes. And many men want to experiment more, and a lot of their, it doesn't have to be a man, you know, many times we see in same-sex couples that one is much more adventurous and the other is less interested. We did say many times that women generally, as a culture, were trained to distance themselves from sex. So no wonder that many women are prudes, because they learned that sex is not for them. Otherwise, they're going to be accused of being sluts. So women need a lot of, right? Yeah, women need a lot of courage to start exploring sex, because they might be labeled as sluts. So that's why your wife is a prude, right? So it's not her fault, you know. There's a whole culture backing her up in being a prude, and at the same time helping a woman not feel like something is wrong with her, but inviting her to say like, hey, maybe there's something fun in sex for you. Not only because then couples get into this, you know, like one person wants sex, the other person doesn't want sex, and there's become a fight between them. And you know, when women go to the place of saying like, the only thing you want is just having sex with me all the time, that's why you hug me and do things for me, and it's really sad. I think it's horrible for both people in the relationship. And I think talking to her and telling her that that's, you know, important to you, that you think that she can enjoy a lot of things around it, and it's not only about you and what you want, but that's something that she can explore and have bigger life experiences around that you want to please her, that's, you know, like trying to find angles to go in and support her in that can be very helpful. Really understand that it's not personal against you, and women need to really learn to expand their repertoire and relax into, wow, I'm not going to be a slut, and find a place that it's for them, that they can enjoy it.
Excellent. Yeah, it's you know, it's funny because when I have that question, I use my, like I said earlier, my erotic activity sheet to just take a look at the sheet. You know, see if you can, you know, find some things that are in common, and that way you can talk about them and then try them eventually, you know, just sort of get there and sort of coach them through that process.
Maybe one more pointer now that you said it. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Reminded me. One more important pointer is that many women feel horrified when their partner tells them that they're, you know, like want to have sex. They feel horrified because they feel like their partner is totally ready already to have sex, but they are not even in that zone. So a lot of helping a woman to start relaxing into sex is telling her, hey, when I say that, I don't mean that I'm ready right now and here. let's relax. Let's take our time to connect. I'm not expecting you to be ready, but I'm happy to, like, give you some pleasure or feel sensation so you could relax and start thinking about sex as an option.
Right, right, right. I call them sex seeds in a sense, and it's like maybe it's a note here, or maybe it's you're a sexy text here or there or whatever. It's just something that will help them eventually sort of get in the mood of having sex. So
Exactly, exactly, and helping take the pressure off, because again, women walk most of the time, and I'm generally saying women because of our cultural messages,
right.
with very small relationship with sexuality, so they don't think about sex every 5 seconds or 5 minutes.
Right.
Takes them a long time to connect. Yeah, so I love the
Mhm.
seeds that you were talking about. Yeah.
Mhm. Um, so I have one more question, and it said you mentioned having mystery and excitement. Does that mean I should keep small secrets from my girlfriend?
Depends what kind of secrets
Yeah.
we're talking about. Uh-huh.
I guess since we were talking about how you it's like you don't want to be dishonest or keep things from
Totally.
your girlfriend or your partner, but you do want to maybe it's a little note you write that you hide or something, or that sort of mystery and excitement, but not necessarily a I don't know what kind of secrets maybe that you want to keep, but
Yeah, if you want to keep a secret that's really important for the relationship and you don't want to share it, I would not keep it as a secret. But it's wonderful to keep, let's call it surprises, to
mhm,
have some things that's going to be surprising in a positive way, that are, planned to enhance the connection, and not something that's going to, make the secrets might, if revealed, make the relationship fall apart. I don't recommend keeping them.
right, right.
Yeah.
So that is all the questions that I have. Is there anything that you can think of to sort of add to this conversation? Or I know we went over like a ton of stuff, and it was like
Yeah.
super quick of everything that we went over. But that's all the questions that I have so far. So um,
That's wonderful. That's great. We
yeah,
can.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
I don't
still,
have. I'm
you know.
really good at answering questions, not always thinking about them.
Yes, yes, yes. Um, oh, I actually did have a question that had been on my mind.
Sure.
Um, what about, do you ever sort of promote maybe, like fitness or exercising or things to really sort of help men? Because sometimes I feel like some of the men that I've seen are really, struggling, with maybe their weight or, something else. Or how do you promote, I guess, maybe fitness in your business and in your work?
Yeah. I promote a few things. I think hygiene is really important.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I think, taking showers, putting deodorant, it's really important, because that makes you attractive. Some people are really into natural smells, and that's great. That needs to be something, within the agreement in a
Mm-hmm.
relationship, because some people are also sensitive and don't like it. So hygiene is important. And then I really do think that exercise is important. I don't need to tell you the million reasons why exercise is important for
Right.
healthy life. But if we are talking about libido and testosterone and being able to, to keep up with and being sexually, like active and energized, I think it's good for people. I think it's good for your brain to exercise. It makes you think positive things about yourself. It makes you think great about yourself. It makes you feel attractive. It makes you feel connected to your body. And if we talked before that about how to get connected to the body and not just sit and watch porn, that's a wonderful way to do it. Start to feel how your body moves. Start to feel your muscles build. I'm a big believer in exercise for everyone, men, women. It's good for anything that you do. Yeah.
Right. And I think it's really good just in general for, stamina standpoint, right? Like being able to keep up and, not get tired. I had a couple where, the husband just, was constantly tired, and sort of couldn't keep up. So it was a real big problem, and it was just like you really have to, I guess, make exercising probably a priority in your life than you have been, because it's affecting your sex life, right? So
yeah, and your aliveness, how alive you are. They're connected. If you don't feel alive and energized, you're gonna be, kind of tired and maybe not interested in sex at all. But for that, I can put on the same list of healthy habits, like eating well and not being a workaholic, spending some time relaxing and being human and connecting with the things that you love and passionate about will also help you feel more interested in sex and more excited and more alive around it. So, yeah.
Excellent. So with that said, we don't have any questions, so we're going to go ahead and end this. But is there anything that do you have any other announcements or anything that you would like to mention, or any last thoughts?
Yeah, we talked, I think, a bit earlier about the men's workshop. It's a fabulous way to really learn hands-on, if you're men who love women, how to be an extraordinary lover to women. We're going to have it in January 25th, 2015. It's a hands-on workshop, so you really learn how to touch, how to talk to a woman, how to understand a woman psychologically, from what she means when she's angry to, like what women actually mean when they say different things. It's very powerful, and you have a hands-on opportunity to understand touch and how women like to be touched with assertiveness and sexiness, and so we have that, and we also have our amazing training coming up next year, the Somatica training. So if you are someone who is interested to do it professionally and work with people, the Somatica training might be a good option for you. Then people can find us on celestedandanielle.com and find all this information right there.
Yes, and don't forget about your book, Confidence, which is an excellent book. I love that book.
Great. So,
yes.
You can find it online, and you can find it on Amazon as a book and also as Kindle ebook.
Oh, excellent. Well, thank you so much again for being here and being live, and so people can see your beautiful face. And when my slogan is bringing sexy back to sex education, and you've done just that. So thank you so much, for being here.
Thank you so much, Marla. I had a lot of fun. It was wonderful to hang out with you.
Yes. Well, have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later.
Yes, thank you. Have a great day. Bye.